All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah and BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessing to the elect of Yashala. And salutations and blessings to you, Akim, out there and doing this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth and sincerity. All right. So real quick lesson, man, just based off of the comprehension, okay, or comprehending, um, just the Lord's plan, the Lord's work, how the Lord deals. First of all, everything is written down. The whole movie is the whole script, however you want to put it, is written down, man. His whole plan is written down. His blueprint is written down. All right. It's just the fact that everyone can't understand it, in the same sense as certain people like, you'll have a movie. Certain people like it and certain people wouldn't. My opinion is, well, this is the Most High movie. And the thing is with this movie, the deal is with this movie is people want to change it or they think they can make it better, you know, because they can't comprehend, okay, which goes into pretty much understanding, like it says, comprehend, to understand, take into mind, grasp by understanding. All right, to take together, to unite, include, cease, which pretty much break down to completely catch hold of or seize before, you know. So at the end of the day, is taking in that understanding, man. Okay, into your mind and realizing. And another thing is, because I had to look up, I think it was comprehension. Yeah, it says act or fact of understanding. You got to bring in the facts. All right. If you say God love everybody, let's bring in the facts. All right. You got to use the Bible. That's where it talks about him at. So you have to deal with that first because that's his book in a sense. That's his foundation. That's what he presented. That's his blueprint. That's his script, man. Okay. So you got to deal with that before you can even go outside of that. A lot of people's problems is they don't comprehend when it comes to, when it seems like the Bible contradicts itself, which it doesn't and it can't. All right. It doesn't and it can't. Okay. You just have to find the understanding, as the scriptures say in Second Timothy, I believe. Um, Study to show thyself to prove. Proverbs, with all thy getting, get understanding. Don't just know the information, but understand why it is the way that it is. Understand why the Lord has to have a chosen, a chosen amount of people to give salvation to, right? Because they're going to appreciate it, man. Okay, because they're striving and fighting to get out of here. They're looking. What I think it was the Mississippi camp did a nice little lesson over pressure. They had mentioned the Lord's. He dealt with Moses, how he dealt with him, and you go to Exodus 18, and it talked about setting up captains over 50s, over hundreds, over thousands, so on and so forth, because those men despise Salakia. Those men despise wickedness, man. Okay, those men despise wickedness, and that's when it comes down to when people say you can't judge me, you can't. I can judge you. If see the Bible say the Most High is the ultimate judge, of course, and you can read in what's that? James, if I'm not mistaken. James, I believe, like the third chapter when it speaks about the tongue and who is thou to judge. But then it basically tells you in Matthew the seventh chapter you can't judge if you're doing the same thing that they're doing. On top of, you have to understand, you got to comprehend what was going on around that time as well. All right, why that was written around that time. Not saying it can't apply to these times because a lot of scriptures apply to these times as well. But you have to comprehend. You got to get all the information and bring it together, man. That's why the scriptures say, here a little and there a little, precept upon precept, because you gotta search it out, right? You gotta search it out, man. Let me see if I can find that. Uh, Let me see. What's that? Proverbs more excellent. It might even be Excel. Man. Really? See, I want to spell stuff how I want to. Damn, I wish I could remember that. I just can't pinpoint the wording all the way right now. I know it's in Proverbs though. Matter of fact, do it like that. Yep, Proverbs 12 and 26. So what's the just? Proverbs 12 and 26. It says is more the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. Right? What's that? To war is to seek, search out, spy out, explore, to seek out, select, find out how to do something, to spy out, explore. So we're more of a seekers. We're more of finding out how something works or how something is. All right, we're explorers to make a search. We don't just deal with something on face value through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. We search it out, man, which gives that comprehension to things, gives that understanding. Okay, allows us to comprehend what is going on. All right. So jumping into Second Ezra, the fourth chapter. This is Second Ezra 4:27. It says, actually, I want to start at 25. It says, "What will he then do unto his name, whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked." Then answered he me and said, "The more thou searchest, right, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hastened fast to pass away." And that's what we've realized through YAHAWASHI. We've searched out. We prophesy in part and know in part, but we've searched the things out, right? We've searched the things out, man. What's that? Man, I'm all over with it. I know this is gonna bring up a lot of precepts. Ezra's, I know it's in Job. Do good, yeah. No. Salakia. They see that, yeah. Dang. I had to, Lord willing, I can put it in post production. You know, I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, Salakia. But yeah, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's allowed us to search out. He gave us that spirit to search things out, man. That's why it says study to show thyself to prove, meaning accept it. You don't just take it, oh, for God so loved the world. There we go. Everybody can make it. No, because then it talks about he created the worlds. He say Jacob is world without end, you know, so on and so forth. So then when you go into the definitions, they have different they have different meanings to the word world and all. And then even sometimes you might run into it and it has that word where another word should be, but you can know because of your comprehension, because you already know the let's for world you got eon, cosmos, and ointment. So when you reading, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the context clues, dealing with the context of the scriptures, you know which word should fit in there. So you're allowed to comprehend and you're allowed to bring out the spirit of Yahweh Shai, right? So it says, verse 26 again, it says, "Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. for the world hastens fast to pass away. And that's the thing we have within our mind. And that's why we're hastening the end, man. We want our kingdom. We want to go home. We want things to be in righteousness. We're tired of wickedness ruling this darkness of this world. It says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come, which is salvation. They can't comprehend that. They can't comprehend the fact that the Lord's going to save less than more. They can't comprehend that he's going to save a drop to a whole bucket of water. They can't comprehend that he's only going to save the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, 1/3 of them and 144,000, the elect of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, opposed to all the different nations that you have amongst the world. Right? He's just like us. You have a favorite pair of shoes, you got a favorite jacket, you got a favorite hoodie, so on and so forth. The Lord is the same. We're made in his image. All right? So he also has a favorite. He also has something that he loved more than the rest. Right? He also has a favorite bird, which is a dove. He got a favorite flower, which is a lily. A favorite people is YAHAWAH. Favorite land is Jerusalem. All right? Garden of Eden. Okay? So that's how it is. It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity, weakness, right? Weakness, temptation, and lust, and they feed you that and feed off of that, right? They feed you that and feed off of that. They don't let you know about the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, they just tell you free. You can do whatever they tell you. Do as thou wilt. That's one of, their sayings that people follow. You have atheists. Nobody, they don't believe in the Most High. They don't believe in the power. You have Satanists who actually worship Satan. Like, and so on and so forth. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good, which the kingdom of heaven can come if this place is not done away with, man. All right. And all that come by way of what? Isaiah 6 and 9, all right? It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not, right? Don't even take it to mind. Make the heart of the people fat, make the ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed, right? You don't want them to be healed. Then said I, lo, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. And the Most High have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. And this land, all right, everything's going to be done away with by that wind and by that fire, by them thermonuclear missiles through YAHAWASHI. All right. Going into Wisdom of Solomon, of course, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Meaning what? Our oppressor, our enemy, Esau. All right? No account of our labors due to slavery. We still ain't got reparations, okay? Japanese ain't got reparations. So-called Jews ain't got reparations. Whoever else will get reparations, but they will not give us reparations because they refuse to have us be on top. They refuse to have us be prosperous, okay? Because they know once we on top or we be prosperous, what will happen? We're going to shine. YAHAWASHI, man. But it's not our time to shine because we're in punishment, man. All right, that's why it looked like the elect is losing, but they're really winning because this place is spiritually falling. Right? We already see the future and believe in the prophecies. None shall fail, man. All right. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond that they look for, right? Which is going to be the chariots of Yashala, okay? So-called UFOs. And because people don't believe in it, because they don't present these things. They present them in movies. They present them to be evil. They present them to be sci-fi and present them to be false and not real. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember the greatest trick that the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist by deceit, by being mischievous, right? So what does that mean? That's his power to be deceitful. Okay? If you had the world's top people in bondage, why would you tell the world who they really are? Right? If you had the world's top people in bondage and you know that they are the salt of the earth, that they can be prosperous if you just give them a little something, why would you take your foot off their neck? Right? So why would you tell them about their salvation? Swing low, sweet chariot. You know, hey, that's just a song. No, it's a slave song, man. It goes back. You can look it up. It goes back to a slave song. Why? Because when we was in slavery, that's what they were singing. They chariots coming forth to carry us home over the river of Jordan, man. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end without honor. Because they actually think that we just blowing smoke right now. We just don't have the power just yet, you know. And we're waiting on YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. He's going to bring that power. He's coming with that power. And if we're one of the, the ones, he will give us that power, man. Period, point blank. But nonetheless, they're going to look and see like, oh, this is, man, I thought that they was tripping. I thought that no, you're going down, man. You are going down. That's just part of the Lord's movie. You go, you watch movies, bad guy, good guy. The bad guy be looking like he do good, but what does he always do? What did he always do? He leave the good guy alone at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Because he let off. He starts slacking. Okay? But this is a YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Whether you let off or not, it's still going to flourish, man. Because his word is going to go out and his prophecies is going to come to pass. Period. Point blank. All right? I think I got one more. Okay. No, that's it. So yeah, man, at the end of the day, the Lord gave us that comprehension, that understanding, bringing in all the information together, okay, to understand what's going on, how things are going to happen, and why things are the way that they are, right? Why the rest of the world have no clue for the most part. All right, they might know a little something, but they don't know the end all be all, and if they do, they denying it or they ain't telling it because what they either, if they're a pastor or whatever, they want to keep their congregation. They don't want to spook them out. They want to follow Isaiah 30 and speak unto them smooth things, man. But at the end of the day, the Lord's word going to go out by his true men because they have a job to do. All right? Hey, so with that, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect of Yasharahla. And salutations and blessings to you, Akim, out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth. Looking forward to the downfall and destruction of Babylon, also known as America, by way of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Shalom.